Hi, welcome back to our kitchen at Follow Your Heart Homestead. We are going to start making our friendship bread muffins. We are adapting our recipe from Mom's Blunt and Colic.com. I'm going to change around the recipe just a little. Some stuff we don't have, some stuff we don't use. So I'm going to use creamer instead of milk because I don't have milk. I will do half water, half cream because the cream's going to be super thick. And it calls for pudding, box pudding, and we don't use that either. So we don't have that. We're going to make them in two different sizes. We are going to do mini muffins and regular muffins. I figured I only eat about 6 muffins a week, so 6 will be enough for one pan, and then I'll make mini muffins to have in the freezer for mornings where I don't get to sleep through the night and I'm tired and I need a quick breakfast for the kids or for snacks, whenever we want them, really. So we are going to do that and see where it gets us. So we are joining the Inquisitive Farmwife and Pike Creek Farm. Yeah, Pike Creek Farm. It's a YouTube challenge. My post should have been posted on Friday, but the baby refused to nap, and then we do family dinner Friday nights. So we went and did that. So we did not get to cook, which is life. All right. So the recipe calls for a cup of oil, a cup of milk. So I'm going to do half creamer and half milk. I don't know if I've told you guys how much I love Azure's milk. Look at all that cream in there. Like, I don't think you guys can see. Look at all that amazing fat for the cream. So I'm going to poke it a little bit because it's all on the top. I froze this one because the truck only comes once a month. So we ordered a whole case. I am in love with this. Not only is A2, but this is like best cream I've had. Sorry, getting that fat to get back in there. So we have it in the freezer for the month, and then we order a new case. We're trying to figure out how much we go through because we use a lot of cream because the milk has too much sugar in it for my husband's diet. And I don't really buy milk for anyone but the kids. All right, some of that cream's gonna have to just go in there because it's not incorporating very well back into the cream. Ooh, I'm making a mess over here. I swear I always make a mess when I cook. All right, push that back in so that we have it for Justin's ice cream. And that should be able to be mixed up better now because there's more room. There we go. That's what we were looking for. But look at that cream. So amazing. All right, so I'm going to add the water. If you used milk, you wouldn't have to do that. I just add the water to make it a little less heavy. Because I know the cream is going to be heavy. All right, I did have my oil in the microwave. That's why you see me touching the oil. So in goes that. It calls for 3 eggs. We finally have chicken eggs again. So excited. So 1, 2, 3. 3 gorgeous chicken eggs. Look at the yellow. Oh, I love chicken eggs. in, and a cup of our starter. I've been feeding our starter. It gets fed every 5 days and every 3. So he's nice. She's healthy. We finally picked a name. We're going to call it Freddie, our friendship bread. We need a cup of Freddie. Oh. All right. Put that in. Oh. My hands were washed before because I'm one of those weird people that just use my hands on everything. You'll hear me go back and forth and mix them throughout. All right, so that is all our liquids. So I'm going to turn you over to the mixer because it tells you to mix everything one at a time. Sorry for the bumpiness. All right, so I'm going to use our KitchenAid. Hopefully you can see that. And it won't be too loud. And hopefully the dishwasher is not too loud. But when you have an infant, you try to get everything you can get done while they're napping. Because I'd rather spend my regular time cuddling. All right. Our mixing bowl. That up, mix that. Our next thing is a cup of sugar. That is louder than I thought it was going to be. There's always so much going on in the kitchen. Is your kitchen the same way? All right. So, for sugar, I'm going to do 2 half cups because my regular cup isn't going to fit in there. And that's 1. 2. All right. Mix that up. We need our teaspoons. We need a half a teaspoon and a teaspoon. So sorry, it's so noisy. All right, so it says we need a teaspoon and a half of baking powder. 1, 2, 3. We need a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And it says mix everything and incorporate separately because the mixer's so loud. I'm going to mix these 3 first, or put these 3 in first and then mix them. That way it's not so loud. So I feel like everything is super loud. That's why I actually put the mic on today, so hopefully you can hear me better. All right, it does not call for vanilla, but I can't see a base without vanilla, so I'm just going to add it. Again, I'm probably the worst baker because I don't follow every single recipe perfectly. My husband tells me I have an issue with doing what I want. All right, now we're going to add in the flour. Ugh. Calls for 3 cups. So, 1. 2. 3. Now that's going to mix up. And I'm going to smoke you out because I forgot to pull out my pans out of the oven. So while that mixes up, I'm going to pull the pans out of the oven because that's where we store most of our pans. So have you tried friendship bread? What are you making with it? I saw that on Pike Creek. They made blueberry scones. Oh, they looked so good. All right. That's all mixed out. So I'll close this up. I have to find the little O-ring thing that goes in it. All right. Then it says fold in the strawberries. I'm going to do that by hand. Oh, that tastes really good. All right. My spoon. I'm just going to pull this off. It calls for 8 ounces of frozen strawberries smushed with a fork. I did dice them because we're doing tiny mini muffins, so I wanted it more than super tiny. I didn't want big chunks of strawberries and no muffin dough. I'm going to dump that on. It didn't say if you're supposed to get rid of the juice or not, so I kept it, hoping that would add flavor to the recipe. And I'm going to see if we like this recipe. I really think banana, freeze-dried powdered banana would taste really good in here. And give you a strawberry banana texture, but because it's cheesecake, we figured we'll just wait and see what we think. All right, so that's done. Now we're going to come back over to the messy part of the kitchen. I'm going to tilt you down just a little. Move our fun stuff out of the way. And we're going to make our, I'm going to bang stuff around. Jesus Christmas. All right, can you stop? Thanks. We're going to make our cream cheese mixture. So, calls for cream cheese. I did have this sit out overnight at room temperature. An egg and 1/4 cup of sugar. All right, so oh man, how was your guys' week? Our week was interesting. It was really warm, so we had the windows open. Then the house got really warm. It was like at 80 twice this week. which was so hot. So last night we slept with the windows open, and that felt amazing. And everybody seemed to sleep so well. So, all right, our egg. And there. And the sugar, which I put away, didn't I? Of course I did. No. I moved it all the way to the side that I can't see. All right, 1/4 cup of sugar. All right. That in there. Oh, stuff out of the way. All right. I'm going to grab out a fork and kind of whisk this stuff together, giving it that cream cheese part. Oh man, so tired. Everybody's napping in the house right now. But that's how you get stuff done. All right, I'm going to switch from the fork to the spoon. That seems to work better for me. Oh. I'm going to mix this up. All right, I left some chunks in. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but I love cream cheese, so I think I might like the chunkier taste. I guess we'll find out. All right, so I am gonna cheat and spray my pans because I don't use pan holders, and I haven't found a good spray that I like that isn't a cheat. So I'll spray these so that they don't stick. And there's one. And then I'm going to spray the mini ones. My littles love mini muffins. I don't think I've ever actually given them a big muffin. But mini muffins work so great for them because they're bite size. But they eat like 2 or 3 and then they're fine. I'm going to slide that here. All right, I'm going to stick these into the dishwasher sink. Oh, these I have to wash by hand because they're wooden. Aren't they awesome? Love them. But they have to get washed by hand. This I'm going to stick over here. Fork can go in the sink. At some point I'll get a camera that moves around with me and then you can see me do all this stuff. And then I'm going to grab our mixture. It smells so yummy. It smells like strawberries. So I know I have more than enough mixture to do at least this first run. I feel like I'm going to be able to do 2, but I guess we'll wait and see where we're at. So let's put that in the sink, rinse my hands off. Try. Oh. So I'm going to start with the mini muffins because that's what I put down first. So for them, I'm just going to take a scoop of the dough, stick it in the tray. Now, do you cook muffins for your kids? Or you just buy them? I normally try to cook the muffins because it's so much cheaper. And you have more control over what's in them. Though this is very sweet. There's a lot of sugar in this compared to what I normally make. But they'll work as a treat. Something to bring with us when we go out. Or an afternoon snack. Oh, too much in that one. Yeah. Kids will be so excited for the muffins. Whoop. Like I said before, I am a messy chef. One thing about showing the world what you do. My stuff's clean, my surface is clean, but I do make a mess, which Justin does not love. But he loves home cooked food, so it's like a win for me. He'll help me clean it up then, but some days it frustrates him. All right, so I'm gonna grab one new strawberry, this one, because he just looks sad. All right, so you see, I don't even feel like I use half the batter here that I have, but we'll see. So, going to rinse my hands again, wipe them on a apron, because that's what I do. I'm going to take the cheesecake, and it says dollop it on top. Now I've read where they, instead of using milk, they used oatmeal, or not oatmeal. Ooh, I'm in the mood for oatmeal. They used yogurt, and thought about doing that, but we'll see how we like this and play around with it. Yogurt would give it a good protein, because there's definitely no protein in this, really. But maybe next time. That's one thing about cooking. You can get a recipe, and I take the base, and then I play around with the flavors and textures and stuff. Like, instead of adding vanilla, you could have added butterscotch or caramel. All right, so those are ready. I'm going to do my muffins for the week, which is why I started this whole challenge. Oh, I'm going to rinse off my finger. I don't want that one. It really doesn't matter, but all right. The whole thing is to make sweeter muffins and food at home, so that that's what I'm eating first thing in the morning instead of store-bought stuff. Not that I don't mind my store-bought stuff, because it's good. It's easy for me to grab, but I'm paying almost $2 a muffin now. So I'd like to cut that down. I'm going to play around with the friendship bread and around with sourdough muffins and see what I can get that we like, or that I like, and have that instead of buying everything. I probably am overfilling these, but it'll rise and give me hopefully a good muffin top. All right, now I'm going to put my cheesecake mixture on this. Probably a lot more generous than I was with the kids. Because really, I'm making this for me, and they'll enjoy with or without the cheesecake. Honestly, I think they'll enjoy it without. But all right. So now these are ready for the microwave. Or not for the microwave, for the oven. So she said to put them in for at 325 for 25 minutes. So I will see you in about 25 minutes. Have fun. Well, it's been about an hour. Everybody is up and we finished cooking our muffins. I just pulled the last batch out of the oven. It took about 25 minutes for them to cook. We ended up with 6 regular sized muffins, and then we have 48 mini muffins to put in the freezer for breakfast and snacks. Mariella and I both tried the muffins and we really enjoyed them. I will try to attach the recipe from Blunt Mom and Colic, and I want to thank you guys for joining us through this cooking. Well, follow your heart to where you're going next. We'll see you soon. Bye.